Ladies and gentlemen, federal employees, buckle up today because we're talking about all the changes that are coming to your benefits as a federal employee because of the Secure Act 2.0. And I am here to warn you that there are lots of changes that are going to affect you, your benefits, how you interact with them, and how you can ultimately retire. That being said, there's lots of changes, and we're going to do just a brief overview of all the changes, and certainly as more information on how some things are actually going to be implemented comes out, I'll be able to do some deeper dives into some of the specifics. But let's dive right in. Okay, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Dallin Haas. I'm a financial planner serving you folks and watching out for things like this as your benefits and the rules change for you so that you can always be comfortable and retire confident, get the most out of your benefits. That's what we're all about here. So consider joining the community, subscribing. It'd be great to have you. Okay, let's dive right in. Change number one. So many of you know about RMDs. RMDs is basically the government saying, hey, look, you can't keep your money in the TSP for so long. Basically at 72, or what used to be 72, you had to start taking the money out and paying taxes if it was relevant. Now, the RMD age is going up. That's good news. You have more time to keep the money exactly where you want it to be, whether it's the TSP, IRA, etc. Now, the RMD age is going up to 73 for some folks, and 75 for those that are a little younger. Again, the details are to come. Now, one big change to the Roth TSP specifically is that in the past, the Roth TSP was also subject to RMDs, meaning if you had money in the Roth TSP, come RMD age, you were forced to take that money out, even if you didn't want to. It didn't matter. And while you didn't pay taxes on that money, you could not keep it in there to continue to compound and grow. And with a Roth IRA, that rule was non-existent. You didn't have to. There was no RMDs for Roth IRA money. So that rule has just been changed. The Roth TSP is no longer going to be subject to RMDs. That's one of the big changes in this act. So it's great, right? We like that. It gives more reasons to stay within the TSP depending on the situation. Now, there's still some differences between a Roth IRA and Roth TSP that you're going to want to know. I've done some other videos on some of those other differences, so definitely check that out. Next change, employer contributions to your TSP. So as you know, your agency will give you up to a 5% match on when you put 5% of your salary into the TSP, they're going to match that amount, okay? And it's split up, there's a 1% automatic, and it's just, there's different layers of how they do that, but long story short, if you put 5% of your salary into the TSP, they're going to match that. And that matching up to this point has automatically gone into the traditional TSP no matter what. So if you put, let's say, 5% of your salary and you chose that to go into the Roth TSP, the money that your agency puts in as the matching contribution was forced to go into the traditional TSP. Well, that is changing. You are going to be able to elect in the future to have those matching contributions, that 5%, that they're going to be matching, you can have them actually put that into the Roth TSP. I know, new change, right? Again, details to come, but that is one of the big changes. Okay, next, many of you know about catch-up contributions, meaning once you turn 50 or older, you can actually put more money into the TSP because you're older, right? And the amount varies over time. However, or the amount doesn't vary with your age, or it hasn't in the past, but the amount of the catch-up does change with inflation and things like that, right? But long story short, you can put more into the TSP in those later years. Well, there's actually going to be an extra catch-up window for those that are going to be 60, 61, 62, and 63. Now, what is a little weird is that those between 50 and 59 are going to have the normal catch-up. From 60 to 63, you're going to have bonus catch-up. And then from 63 on, the catch-up's going to go away again. So it's a little strange, but that is how the rules are set up right now. We'll see again how that's absolutely implemented. I'll be here every step of the way as we get more information on these rules. Okay. Now, this is a big one. For you special provisions, I'm going to do a whole video on this, but long story short, in the past, special provision employees, you know that you can technically retire before the age 50 as long as you have 25 years of service. You can have a full-blown retirement at that age. But up until this point, the rules to get into your TSP made it so you couldn't get into your TSP right away, even if you retired with following all the rules as a federal employee. that rule is changing. The rule is changing where you can get into your TSP right away, even if you retire before 50 as a special provisions employee. Again, I'm going to do a whole video on that, so watch out for that. Okay, another change is that there's going to be some sort of emergency savings account that is going to be built into the TSP, where it's going to act as where you can save from your paycheck and it can go into there, but you can get into it easier than your traditional, like your normal TSP account. Again, details to come. They're going to be adding that to lots of different accounts, and we'll see how it's actually implemented and when it's actually implemented, because these sort of things can take a while, but that sort of thing is written in the bill. Okay, now a couple other things. In the past, there's been some talk about getting rid of the backdoor Roth IRA. I've talked about that many, many times. That is not happening. There's nothing in the bill about getting rid of the backdoor Roth IRA, so that is live and well, so that is good to go. Lastly, but not leastly, the RMD penalty. Basically, if you miss an RMD at your RMD age, there used to be a 50% penalty, a massive penalty for missing that. That penalty has gone down to 25%, and it's even lower if you fix the mistake in a reasonable manner. So there's lots of different changes here. Again, we will see how this actually affects you in practice as things actually start working, right? When things are just in a law, there's a lot of question marks and a lot of things that we simply don't know yet. So I hope that's helpful, though. That'll give you a sneak peek into what's coming up, and we'll go from there. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. I've got tons of helpful things in the description below that will help you get the most out of your benefits and really educate yourself on what's coming up next. So have an incredible rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.